Hi guys, and welcome back to not only the latest episode of the Laura and Becky show, but also the last episode. Well, not the last one ever. Well, this isn't like the finale.
The finale.
I was going to say final, and then like finale, I'll say. Changed it at the last minute. This is the final episode of season 7, which I can't quite believe. And this one's been a longer season. We've done 5 weeks, but it doesn't feel like 5 weeks.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Just going to start off by saying we both feel a bit dodgy today, don't we?
Yeah, we've both got dodgy tummies. We both felt a bit sick.
Yeah.
We think we've eaten something. It must be something we've had together because we both feel the same. I keep getting waves of like...
Well, when I went to bed, mine started and I was like, oh no, I feel sick. Then I was like, it's the menopause. I said to my husband, if this is what hot sweats are, was it hot flushes? That's what it is, isn't it? I can't go with this. He was like, oh God. And I don't like being... This is the contrast.
This is Laura not over-exaggerating, by the way. This is Laura being completely calm, cool and collected.
You should see me. I curl up when I feel sick, I curl up in a little ball and I have to have my wrists on something cold. So I was on the carpet and we've got like an ensuite. So I had my wrists through the door on the tiles.
Stop it.
Yeah, and I'm like...
It's like you're giving birth.
And James is like, what are you... I mean, he knows what I'm like. I hate feeling sick.
Was he literally like, here we go.
Usually...
We're in for it, kids.
Usually he comes and rubs my back and he's like, you're right. None of it. He put his headphones on, turned over. I was like, ooh, and I was like, it's too dark in here. I was opening all the windows. The poor
Oh my
man.
God.
But I guess you went to bed.
I mean, yeah, I just stuck it out, just battled through. And I still feel a little bit dodgy today. But
we haven't had a coffee, either of us. So that just goes to show something ain't right.
Something, if we're not drinking caffeine, there's something very wrong. But it must be something we've had together because we both feel this. I'm just a bit like,
just a little bit, just waves of like,
yeah. Anyway, yes, that's us. Oh, by the way, I haven't even mentioned this. We are sponsored by Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa, which is where we're going after the pod today. Redbrook Estate Agents and Clubhouse at Meadowhall.
Because I didn't feel well last night. I didn't sleep well. I felt a little bit anxious this morning. My health anxiety crept in. One point I thought my throat was closing up. I'm fine.
Laura gets health anxiety really badly.
It's my worst anxiety. Yeah, the worst one. And because I'm going on a big holiday soon, I can feel it ramping up. Do you remember what I was like before I went to Malta?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I can feel it ramping up a little bit. So anyway, I had a chuckle to myself after talking to myself going, you're fine, Laura. I literally said that out loud. So I'm having a nuts day today. Anyway, I sat there and thought, you're fine, Laura. You've been away. You've been in a hot tub, a nice time. Now you're going to a spa. You've got nothing to be anxious about. Pull yourself together.
Yes. And did it work?
I feel a little bit better now. Well, I feel better since I've seen you. Because when you start talking to people and...
Yeah. Well, I think it's the fact that I also don't feel very well. You were literally like, oh, thank God.
Thank
you feel ill as well. Thank the Lord. It's not just me. I'm not going through the menopause. Hey, have to say... How light was it at 6 a.m. this morning?
Well, I didn't see 6 a.m, but I'm taking your word for it. Yeah. Why were you up at 6 a.m?
Well, I wasn't, but the light
woke
me up.
You up.
Yeah, but I'm never normally up at 6 a.m. I normally wake up at about 7-ish.
Yeah.
But because the light was coming in this morning, I was like a little mole waking up. I was like, coming out of hibernation. I was like, this is lovely.
Oh, it's not. Do you know what, though? Well, we were saying clocks go forward. So it's going to be a bit darker in the mornings, but... I reckon it's going to be light at about, 7:30, 7:45 tomorrow night? No,
Sunday night, yeah. This means as well, we're going to probably come out of our feral stage.
Maybe.
Guys, you might see us out of an evening past 8 p.m. This is a big deal. I have to say, though, obviously, it's peaks and troughs in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's ups and downs.
Yeah, it is.
It's not all good all the time.
It's not.
So whilst we're very much ready for spring, so ready for spring.
Yeah.
Feels like it's been the longest, coldest, harshest winter of my life. Is it you?
Not really.
It really does for me. It feels like it's been a baddie.
Well, you need some sunshine.
I need some vitamin D.
Yeah.
So anyway, looking forward to spring, but hay fever has definitely come on. And I was thinking, is it a bit early for hay fever?
Please. I love you. I love you so much. Please, oh God, because I know what's coming. I know I'm going to have to put up with these bloody noises for the next... Please go and get that injection. I'll do it myself.
It's coming already. I've been doing it already.
If I go and get it, will you go and get it?
I would be up for getting it.
Should we go and get the injection? Because I can't cope with it. It's 5 years of this now. And it's not just that.
It's not annoying,
Don't be polite. It's like, oh, sorry.
I turn into some snorting creature in the summer.
Lily does it too. If you get in a car with Becky and Lily in summer,
it's like this. Let's do
it. And I'm like, Jesus, you two. Lily's like, what? I'm like,
we are like a mother pig and a little piglet in summer. That is literally what we turn into. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I would be up for getting an injection.
I think I'm going to do it. So it's because James says you. He's like,
yeah, it's so bad.
I'm like, I can't cope with you two. So we were talking about your feral noises and his, and I was like, please, let's all just go and get injected.
Yeah, I'd be well up for that. I've got the itchy eyes already. I've obviously got the itchy throat, a little bit of a runny nose. But I googled it this morning because I thought, what's this all about? I've never had it this early before. Anyway, sure enough, no. It's, guys, if you're going through this, if you're suffering at this moment in time and you're wondering what the hell's going on, it's tree pollen at this time of year.
Tree pollen. Oh, see, my hay fever is grass pollen.
Is that the one you get later on? Is that like August, September?
No, it's like nearly like it's what comes after March? April. Jesus Christ. April, May. Yeah, bad.
You got it coming then.
Bad. Yeah.
Let's our Dermaglow girls, Rosa. Roma. Oh my God.
Rosa.
Well, listen, we're ill
it's
today.
It's been 5 weeks, guys. We're ill.
Yeah, we're running on empty now. All right, so I can't even remember our friends' names. That's how bad it's got. Roma and Leanne. Rosa and Liana.
Yeah.
It's going to make up their names. They do the hay fever injection, don't they? I'm sure they do.
Are you sure? Oh, well, we'll have a look.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
We'll go. So this morning, life goes on with my 14-year-old daughter who hates my guts, I have to say, in anything I say. The attitude is quite outstanding. So this morning I was just poodling around with my Hoover.
You're hoovering this morning?
Yeah.
Fair play.
Oh, I love a little hoover round in the morning.
Gosh, I never hoover in the morning.
We've got one of those really cool Dyson things. That's really light. So just pick it up. Off. I love a hoover in the morning.
God, do you know what? I don't think I've ever, unless I've got people coming around, I never hoover in the morning. It's always like a lunchtime afternoon job for me. But anyway.
A bit of hoovering. And what was I thinking about to make me ask her? I can't remember, but I was thinking about something. I was thinking about teachers, lunchtime, staff room. Okay. Do you remember like you were never allowed in the staff room?
Yes.
Ever.
And if you had to knock on the door for a reason at lunchtime, well, they take ages to come out. You'd literally be stood there thinking, is anyone going to answer? What happens if they don't? And then they're like,
what?
Yes, Becky Hawkes. What can I do for you?
And they don't open the door wide. It's just their faces.
And they always bring their lunch with them to the door, don't they? They stand with their lunch at the door. They're eating their pasta. Yes, Becky Hawkes, what do you want?
That's because they want us to think that they're eating their lunch. They're probably having some kind of
gangbang.
No.
I bet they are. Teachers are bad, aren't they? Bet they were.
Teachers marry teachers, guys, don't they?
Well, they don't just marry them. They don't just marry them, love.
I bet they got a bar in there. A lot. Some of them are probably doing yoga.
They've probably got a rhymed waterbed.
A lunchbox by the door that they just grab and pretend to eat
It's a prop.
It's a prop. They've got all the props. Anyway, so I said to Rosie, "Do you ever go to the staff room?" And she looked at me and she went, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, Don't your teachers have a staff room? And she's like, What? Don't know what you're talking about. I was like, where your teachers go and eat lunch? And she went, a staff room. And I thought, oh my God.
Hang on, what?
Because I said staff instead of staff.
She didn't know what you meant.
She literally, and I literally stood there, mid hoovering, turned the hoover off, and I just stood in my lounge just thinking, I can't.
You can't
How can
win.
you not understand me?
That's like you going, Rosie, are you going to
have a
the
bath?
bathroom?
Yeah.
And she's like, the what? I've never heard of that before.
What
do you mean
hell is that?
The bathroom, Mum.
Yeah, honestly,
She must have known what you meant.
And she just walked past me and walked out the door. Door shut, and I was like, bye-bye, darling.
Love you.
I'll carry on hoovering. Don't you worry about me. Oh, yeah. The attitude on it, though. Oh, what? Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Sorry, I spoke,
like
Rosie.
bowing as I leave the room.
I'm sorry, my lady.
I'm ever so sorry, love. You have a great day at school. Right, what's going on in the world? Two things. We're going to talk about two people and the law.
Yeah, 2 people and the law of the UK. No, actually, not the UK, America. Anyway, so when we were coming back from our lovely stay yesterday in Buxton, we were listening to a podcast that we like to listen to. In fact, let's give it a mention.
Nip Tuck Pod.
Nip Tuck Pod. 2 girls from Manchester. We do like listening, but sometimes it gets a bit rude
yeah,
for us.
Sometimes we will say some naughty words, but they go all in. So if you don't like rudeness, don't listen to it. But
it's worth a go, isn't it? Because that's both of our phones go off at the same time. So we were listening yesterday, and they were talking about Stephen Bear on their podcast, and it reminded me. I thought, oh my God, we've talked about him loads off the pod, but we haven't talked about him on the pod. So guys, this is your lucky day. We're going to talk about Stephen Bear.
I can't bear Stephen Bear.
I can't bear Stephen Bear.
He can't.
Is that his real surname?
Probably not. I don't know. Who cares?
He wears coats like a bear as well, doesn't he? Those big furry pimp coats.
He is what he is. Oh God, I don't know. I can't even describe him. There are no words for how awful. If you never ever look at his Twitter,
I wouldn't look at any of his social media.
Disgusting.
Is he like one of the worst human beings ever?
Well, he was like, when he went to court, he'd get out of like his Corsa car or whatever and then go into like a limo that a Rolls Royce, a Bentley that he'd hired.
With his like big pimp coat on and his stick and his cigar. Like, what is he?
But people aren't impressed by that anymore, are they?
Nobody gives a damn. I tell you what though, mate, he is in the best place possible for him at the moment. The Nick.
He's locked up.
He's banged up. And I hope he stays there forever. I mean, he's not going to. He's only in there for a year, probably less than that.
What I hope doesn't happen is that he changes and he comes out and he tries to, because he's going to be desperate to make some money from this, isn't he? And I think he's going to go down that I'm a changed man route, all of that. But do we care? I
think he's unchangeable and unreformable. That's what I think.
Up, let me. Is that song going?
Yeah, Akon. Locked up. What a banger. I was watching something on TikTok and I don't know, I was a bit annoyed that this came up for me. So, obviously he's got this girlfriend who is standing by him. Why? When he treats women so horrendously.
I don't know.
But she'd done like a TikTok and she was going to visit him for the first time in prison. I mean...
Just leave him there. Apparently, didn't you say that? Oh, was it some prison officer that works there says he just cries all day?
Well, someone commented on that TikTok and they were literally like, yeah, he just cries all day, every day. I bet he's a right little pussy though, isn't he? Underneath it all, he gives off this whole like doesn't give a damn persona. I reckon he's a right little pussy.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Yeah,
he is horrible.
He's the worst. So yeah, we're quite glad that he's locked up.
Don't let him
out.
Up. Don't let him out.
Hope he stays in for longer than a year.
Give him smart tissues for his tears. There we go. Right, someone else that's having to deal with the law is Gwyneth Paltrow. Now, I was watching something this morning and do you remember, well you don't, which is really weird, the Johnny Depp case.
Yeah, I remember the Johnny Depp case.
He had 2 lawyers. That was that really hot one.
I remember the pretty girl, yeah.
And Ben Chew.
I actually, for some reason, I'm having a mind blank on Ben Chew.
Maybe you need to watch some stuff back because you will definitely, it will jog your little memory.
I mean, I probably won't, but yeah.
That was great though. Do you not remember we all watched that?
It was
obviously
good.
You didn't.
Yeah. Well, I did, but I don't remember Ben Chew.
Weird. Anyway, Ben Chew was on American TV this morning and he was telling Gwyneth Paltrow off because he's been watching that court case. So she is in court because I think she bumped into a skier or something. I actually don't know.
Apparently she was on a skiing holiday. She was on a ski slope, obviously on skis. She went down. Apparently she lost control and went into this guy and knocked him over. And he's been really like hurt and whatever else from this case.
She skied off.
And she skied off. Now, there's different reports here. Some people are saying that he got in her way. Some people are saying that he actually went into her.
Yeah.
We don't know what the truth is, guys, but she's in court anyway.
She's in court. Yeah, we don't know what the truth is. And actually, that's by the by. It's her behaviour in court that Ben Chew is not happy about, right? So she's got this blue A4 notebook that she keeps putting up in front of her face so people can't see her reaction to things. You can't do that in court. He was like,
Gwyneth, this ain't TikTok, love. This is the law.
He was basically saying, when you're in a court of law, you have the same standards as everyone else. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, how much money you've got, if you've got candles that smell of your vagina, it doesn't matter,
If you eat
right?
bone broth.
But he was like, her lawyer needs to sit her down and go, stop acting, because she keeps really like reacting to things and she looks very forlorn and she's putting this book up in front of her face. And you think, these people are so entitled. It annoys me.
She's behaving as if it's the paparazzi taking pictures of her. She's like, oh, no photos, please. But she's in a court of law. I saw somebody, it was a clip on TikTok, surprise, surprise. And it was her lawyer, I think, was saying that there was another camera that had been put in court. And he's like, can we go to that camera so that we can't see Gwyneth? And then the judge actually says, no. This is like a court of law. You don't get to choose when you're seen and when you're not. It's like she's very confused by the whole thing. Also, she looks like Jeffrey Dahmer in there with those glasses that she's wearing.
Saying
literally,
yeah. But what I don't get is, so obviously she's in court. She's got no choice, whatever, if it's her fault or not, whatever. 2 weeks ago, she's quite happy to go on a podcast and be filmed and talk about bone broth and not eating properly and all of this stuff. And you just think, hang on a second, love. Why did she do that podcast just before that court case as well? I reckon it was just maybe turn people's heads a little bit.
Distract
them.
They
all do things. There's all timed, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I might start tuning into this.
Yeah, do you know what? This is like the new Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court case. We haven't had a good court case since then, have we?
Why doesn't she when did she get Ben Chew on the case? Because he's the man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's the man.
Well, apparently so. I can't quite remember him, but apparently he's the man. So we, right, where to begin? Basically, it all started in a gold bathtub. I've had a lot of messages actually from people really appreciating the gold bathtub that we were in yesterday. So obviously we did the podcast from this beautiful gold bathtub yesterday at Muse Escapes. And then once we finished the podcast, we decided to go live on Insta, didn't we? We were just having a bit of a chin wag and showing off the bath and whatnot. And whilst this was going on, we received some amazing news that we have been waiting for months.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like we've been waiting for it for months, but I think we've been manifesting it, well, really since the pod began, I think. It's been at the top of our list, dream thing. It's written down somewhere. I wish I could find that list. It will be in one of these
many pads that we have in the studio.
Yeah, I'll try and find it. But so we got the news, but it was really funny because we were on a live and we were also filming the pod. So we've kind of captured the moment on both our phones.
Which is so nice because you've got our genuine reaction to when it was an email that popped up as we were on Insta Live, and you get our genuine reactions. And we're going to have that moment forever now, aren't we, when it came in and how we sort of felt, which is so nice.
Yeah. And we thought we were going to get the email the day before. So we had no idea that we were going to get that email at that point. It was like such a shock. But it's good.
It's really good. And we're not going to say what it is right now, but it's something for season 8, isn't it? So when we come back after we're having a 3-week break, actually, guys. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but
what we are going to do, because we're off for 3 weeks, we're going to release a few pods whilst we're off. It won't be every day.
No, God, no.
But we are going to release a few pods just to kind of keep you going.
Tide you over a little bit, if you will. Yeah.
But I think season 7, for our OGs, season 7 has been a bit of a game changer for us because obviously we started off with our ads. Our national ads came on season 7.
Yeah, so if people don't get it, and I mean, I didn't get all this before doing a podcast, with national ads, obviously you have to hit a certain number of listeners to get the ads on. Now, when we first started the podcast back in June last year, so not even a year ago, obviously we knew we'd be nowhere near having that many listeners because we basically had, a handful of people listening at the very start. So what we actually did, I think it was on season 2, wasn't it, that we started? We were like, we don't want to not get paid from this podcast. We want to make money from this podcast right from the very start. So what we did, whilst we were waiting for our numbers to build, we started getting in touch with people and having lots of meetings with different people about them sponsoring the podcast and making money that way, didn't we?
Yeah. And as the podcast kind of grows and we get more listeners, it does mean, obviously, because we're reaching more people, we can charge a little bit more. Because back in the day, our first sponsor. It was nothing, but we were
peanuts.
To be fair though, when we got that first sponsor, that feeling was kind of the same as when we got this other sponsor, isn't it?
I thought that yesterday. I literally had that very thought.
Yeah. So, you know, and listen, we post all the time about, oh, look at us in a bath, look at us in the spa. We do have meetings and we have
a lot of meetings. We actually do have a lot of meetings, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think as well, like, we kind of put ourselves out there, don't we? Because really in life, you have to get if you want something to happen, you've got to put yourself out there. Yeah. And it's scary, isn't it? Like, you and I we're not like trained salespeople at all, are we? Like, we've never done sales for anyone else before. This is our first time of like selling our own business. Yeah,
and when you're selling we're basically selling us. There's nothing else to it. Yeah. So it is really, it's not like we've designed some amazing robot that can cook all your teas for you every night. Because then we'll be like, look at this is great. Buy this. It's literally like, this is us. Here we are.
We sit in a studio every day. We just talk about stuff we'd normally talk about anyway. And we don't know whether people are going to be interested in it or not. We've not got some presentation that we show people. We have not got it all figured out, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh my goodness, no. Also, massively though, and I hate to be like, we've manifested this, but we have manifested the shit out of this, haven't we?
Oh, yes.
And I do think it works. And it's not so much, there was actually something else years ago that I manifested before I even realised what bloody manifesting was. But if you think about something enough, and if you kind of work your way towards it, and it might not be like a straight path, it might be a path you have to veer off and come back to, but eventually you will get there.
Yeah, and for anyone thinking that manifesting's all like airy fairy and a load of rubbish, it's actually quite logical, isn't it? Because it's basically aligning yourself with your goals. Yeah. If you're, like you say, if you focus on it, put the work in to get towards it and keep going with it and being persistent, you're going to get there. The chances are you will get it.
Yeah. I mean, when we started this, we said we're going to do a daily podcast. There aren't many other daily podcasts, and I think we've missed a couple due to like family things,
mental health stuff.
Yeah. But we've never gone, I can't be arsed over. Like, that would never cross our minds, never. In fact, the day we do that is the day we're like, there's no point doing this anymore, is there?
Yeah.
Like, we just kind of come in every day, and it's just being consistent, kind as well, and honest. Like, we are really honest. We've spoken to some quite high up people in some quite high up companies, and we're like, we don't understand that word you just said to us.
Yeah, because I think it can be really scary kind of having meetings with people. And I've, like, in previous things, I used to run a business with my ex-husband, and we used to meet a lot of like business corporate people. I used to be terrified, and I used to get imposter syndrome badly. I remember being sat in I think it was the Shard in London, having like a business lunch with some people who ran a similar business. And I remember wanting to crawl under the table and thinking, this ain't me. But it's so nice. And I think it's quite refreshing for other people as well, when you are just honest and you're like, do you know what? I don't understand what you're going on about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're very lucky because we do it together.
Yes.
So I think it's tougher if you're on your own. Yeah. And you have to, like, that self-belief has to be like really high, doesn't it? Whereas we're kind of like, let's do this. We've got this. We're very good at
we bolster each other up.
We really do. Because sometimes we'll get in a car and I'll be like, oh, I can't do this. And you'll be like, oh, it's fine. We'll just do that. And like vice versa, don't we?
Yeah.
And even in meetings, we've said this before, but like, I know when Becky's lost the will to live. So I'll be like, right, I'll chat. That's me. Let's go. And equally, you'll do the same. And there's a look on your face. Definitely, I can tell she's gone. She's gone. We've lost Becky. I'm going to take charge. And you do the same.
Yes, it's so true.
So funny, isn't it?
Yeah. But as well, we have to say thank you to our sponsors for this season, because they've been incredible. And Red Brick and Ringwood Hall Hotel and Spa have both been on for a good few seasons now. Clubhouse obviously was new this season, but it's just been an absolute joy working with you. And we so appreciate you guys putting your faith in us and actually going, do you know what? We want to be on this journey with you. We're going to, get on board and just see what happens. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we always, we meet Red Brick and Ringwood, don't we? We're always like, fancy a meeting? Yeah. And basically it's just to drink some coffee and have a chat. That's it, really. But we love it.
Well, do you know what? They're the best kind of meetings. So we met Red Brick this week and literally it was that. We just had coffee and chatted. It was great. And today we're meeting Ringwood and we're probably just going to do the same.
Yeah, we're going to go. We'll say hello to Daniel because, I mean, he puts up with us. We messaged him last week. We're like, Daniel, when can we meet? You want to talk to you about something? He's like, well, anytime. And then we just went a bit radio silent because we were busy. He's like, girls, I've been waiting for this meeting for 5 years now. We're like, oh, sorry, we're coming in. So, yeah, he's great. And actually at Ringwood, they are all lovely, aren't they? All those members of staff. We trot in, don't we?
Yeah.
Grab our dressing gowns, in we go. And they are lovely. So I massively, massively recommend having a little spa day at Ringwood.
Oh my God, guys, if you haven't had one yet, you have to go. The chances are you'll definitely see Laura and I in there hogging the loungers as well. So yeah, definitely get yourself along.
Okay, right. So that's it. Oh my God, we've got 3 weeks and 2 and a bit weeks of those. We aren't together.
I know, guys, I mean, wish us luck here. Laura's going to be in America. I'm going to be here and then back
You've got
in
things
Hereford.
to do though, haven't you? You've
I
got
have.
plans, so you'll be fine. And the first couple of episodes, I'm going to be in America.
The US of A, guys.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I can't wait. Have a lovely time, by the way. I'm going to miss you.
Yeah. But we've got plans, girl. We've got plans.
We got plans and we will be back for season 8. Is it the 17th of April?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, can't wait.
Have a lovely Easter.
Thanks,
and
guys.
We'll see you soon.